Well, it's time for some best stuff.
Random Black Guy.
What up, everybody? Alpha here, aka Random Black Guy, aka Chocolate Face No Makeup. And after doing my best PS4 games of 2018, why not doing the worst movies of 2018? Okay. Before lashing out your hatred on me, understand that this is only my opinion. This is only what I think. So don't come with your pitchfork on me. Don't hunt me down. Okay? Are we cool? Good. So let me start with my number 10. And number 10 it's not the worst movie I've seen, but I was pretty disappointed after seeing this. And that is Pacific Rim Uprising. The only plus about this movie is John Boyega. Anything else is bad. After losing Guillermo del Toro, I knew that this sequel would be bad and awful, but I never thought that it would be this bad. First of all, they've done extremely changement with the characters of Charlie Day and the other guy, and the new characters are just bland to be really nice. Pacific Rim is mostly a disappointment, but it's also a bad movie. So Pacific Rim Uprising is at my number 10. And at my number 9 is a movie called Peppermint. I don't think anybody saw this movie, but Peppermint is the female version of Taken. It's starring Jennifer Garner as a grieving mother who loses her child and husband. She becomes the Punisher, or Liam Neeson's character in Taken. And this movie is actually from the same director who did Taken 2 and 3. And this movie is this is a bad action movie at its worst. Awful characters, bad action scene. It's just too shaky. I couldn't even see anything. Oh my god, the portrayal of the Latin characters in this movie is just stereotype at its worst. It's not good at all, and I don't think anybody even saw this movie. So if the movie came out in the 90s or in the beginning of 2000, it would probably work, but not now. It doesn't work. Peppermint is at my number 9. At my number 8 is a little movie called London Fields. I don't think anybody even saw this movie because this movie was the biggest flop of 2018. And I understand why this movie is a flop. First of all, if you don't know, I'm not a fan of Amber Heard. I think she's a bad actress, and in this movie her acting skills is just, oh my god, it's not good at all. Or the only decent thing about this movie is the cinematography. They're trying to capture the essence of femme fatale noir feeling. They did it pretty decent, but anything else is really bad. London Fields, this is how a bad movie with a pretentious director fails hard. And I'm sorry to say, but Amber Heard, you don't have any star power. You can't flock a bunch of people to watch this movie. So London Fields is at my number 8. And at number 7 is The Happy Time Murders. After seeing this trailer, I was pretty excited to see this movie. I thought this movie would be the Muppets, but the R-rated version. But this movie is not good. I think I chuckled only once. And the uses of Melissa McCarthy in this movie is just, she was the only good thing about this movie. Anything else was pretty bad. The cruel humor in this movie was just too much. It was too childish. The Happy Time Murders, the trailer is better than the actual movie. The cruel humor doesn't work. Even a childish kid would not enjoy this movie. I'm telling you, it doesn't work. And hopefully they will never do a sequel to this movie. Bury this movie, because this movie is one of the worst comedies I've seen in a while. And number 6 is a movie called Dark Crimes. The movie Dark Crimes is starring Jim Carrey, and I think that this movie was the reason why, I think this movie was one of the reasons why Jim Carrey wanted to act again. If he calls this movie his biggest comeback, just throw this movie. This movie is a waste. This movie is just a bore fest. Slept a couple of times watching this movie because it's just boring, and the overusing of this bluish, grayish tone is just too much. Jim Carrey, why? Why did you do this movie? Dark Crimes is at my number 6. And at my number 5 is Speed Kills. First of all, the production. This movie, the budget of this movie is 45 million. I'm still baffling hearing the budget of this movie because I don't see what the budget went. I just don't see it in this movie. It's bad. It's choppy as hell. The acting is just everybody. It feels like everybody had Nicolas Cage as their mentor. Everybody's overacting. It's just too much. John Travolta. I don't understand why you did this movie. I know you did Gotti, but Gotti is like Citizen Kane to this movie. Speed Kills is just a bad biography. And at my number 4 is a movie I saw pretty recent, and it is Holmes and Watson. This movie has 2 of the best comedians in this world who done 2 classics. 2 comedy classics. The one is Step Brothers and the other one is Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights.
May it be
The other one is Talladega Nights. I just don't understand why Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly said yes to this movie. I understand. And at my number 3 is Alien Expedition. This 80s nostalgia movie is just horrible. This movie is just basura, straight basura. It's shit. I do not like this movie at all. Acting is straight amateurish. The CGI is just ridiculously bad. If you want to know more, just click on the link on the description box and you will see more. Well, you can see more of my review of this shitty movie. Yeah, Alien Expedition is at my number 3. And my number 2, I think everybody knows, but Bible Town. Bible Town is the worst animated movie I've seen in my entire life. Bad. It reeks of badness. This movie gave me a migraine. This movie is 90 minutes of straight torture. I just don't understand how this movie can be categorized as an animation movie. I can't understand that. 90% of this movie is still images. I have no words to explain how bad this movie is. If you want to know more, just click on my link on the description box and you will understand why I hate this movie. Before talking about my number 1 worst movie of 2018, let me add some honorable mentions. The first movie is Robin Hood. Jamie Foxx's accents in this movie sums up everything that's bad about this movie. And the next one is Death Wish. I will let this clip sum how I felt after watching this movie.
I wish I was dead. Hey.
The last one is Kin. Understand why they're trying to bury this movie. This movie is not good at all. It's really bad. James Franco's overacting in this movie. It's too much. The little kid who's the protagonist, he's pretty likable, but everybody else is, I hated them. This movie nosediving and landing on his head. How can you mess a cool premise like that? So at my number 1, the worst movie of 2018, the movie that got me physically bad. You don't understand how bad I felt after watching this movie. I was on my couch shaking, like I was sweating. I had a migraine. because this movie got me frustrated. It got me mad. I wanted to throw something on my TV screen after watching this movie. You see this? You see my fist right now? Oh, just thinking about this movie. Okay. Nazi Overlord. This Overlord knockoff movie from the Asylum. First of all, Asylum, you need to stop doing what you are doing right now, because you are tricking people to think that this is the definitive version of Overlord when it's not. And I think a lot of people got suckered into watching this movie. I can make a better movie with my iPhone and no budget. This movie's budget is $20,000. I promise you guys, you wouldn't even notice it. That's how bad it is. And Tom Sizemore is in this movie for 10 minutes and he's high of his mind. It was like seeing somebody vanish to dust in every frame. Dude was almost overdosing. He was dying, man. He was dying. If the only good thing about this movie are the real footage from the World War II, then it's not a good movie. So Nazi Overlord is the true definition of a bad movie, and that's why it's at my #1. Hopefully nobody saw that movie, and if you saw that movie, you understand the agony after watching that abomination of a movie. Anyways guys, that was my worst of movies I've seen this year. Have you guys seen the movies I'm talking about? What do you think about those movies? Do you like it? Do you hate it like I did? Write your comments down below and let me know. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to see it. Till next time guys, I'm Alfie, aka Random Black Guy, aka Chocolate Face No Makeup. And I'm leaving y'all with peace.
Random Black Guy.